one of the reason why I wanted to do this is not, again, not to do marketing for my own business. It was because I want people to understand how you have helped me. And that there's this idea that marketing is, it's collateral, right? It's the templates, it's the website, it's the videos, the asset. Thank you, the assets. For me, the reason why I chose to work with you over others is because you and I have always had this ability to show up as who we are, but then also us both be vulnerable enough to say the hard stuff, or I knew I could trust you to not be here judging me for what I'm going through, not being here and right. It's hey, I want what's best for my people. And part of that is, and I've watched you with your girls on this too, where you let them struggle, you let them go through those, because you realize, both of us realize, we have to do the work.
Hey, what's up, everyone? Welcome back to Let's Talk Marketing with In-Depth Podcast, where I'm your host, Nathan Webster, and I'm excited to chop it up with you today. Today is part 2 for Miss Crystal back here with me. What's up?
How are you doing, my friend?
Hey, long time no see.
Not even 20 seconds?
Hey, for my first time viewers, watcher, listeners, hey, this is part 2 of our very first episode of 280, when we are talking about when people don't believe they need marketing. This is part 2, but we're going to go in a different route. From our worldwide listeners, thank you again for all your support. I couldn't do it without your support. So let's get right into it, because the last podcast was long. We're going to keep this short and sweet for as long Crystal wants to be vulnerable and transparent, because one of the things when you talked about running your business and you want to make an impact, you are one of the most authentic, vulnerable people that I know, which is why I feel I can ask you this.
Oh, no.
And I can talk, me all day long. They hear me, but now, they get a chance to see you and hear you and want to hear from you. Like, how has you embracing marketing changed your personal life?
Ooh, my personal life. Well, right before I came to this, on my way to the office, I was leaving the house, and my husband goes, "What are you doing today?" Because of course he always asks me, "What are you doing today?" "I'm working today." "Okay, well, where are you working? What are you working on today?" "Well, today I am going to do a podcast." "Oh, well, why?" Like, what do you mean, why? Like, okay, well, it's part of my marketing. And he's like, "Well, why are you marketing?" And then this is where I told you earlier, this is how you could tell the difference between a W-2er and a business owner. And nothing against W-2ers, aka employees. I just like to call them W-2ers. So it's just, we live in different worlds, right? He's an engineer. He's like, marketing is, that's just not in his.
It's a foreign
a foreign concept, right? Which, quite frankly, it was for me too when I started this, right? So to me, he asked me that, and I told him, I don't know how to answer that question. Listen, like, usually I could come up with something, but I said, I don't know how to unravel that. And like, I've got to be out the door in 2 minutes. I can't do this in 2 minutes. Right. But then I thought, wait, no, I should be able to respond in 2 minutes. And so it helped me coming into this thinking, what is marketing? Why am I doing this? But again, on like the last podcast, it's more about not just selling your services. It's about understanding who you are and how you want to show up. This gives you the ability to control how you show up.
I think if I was to ask that question for myself, especially with my girls. My girls, they can be sometimes they're my mini me, so they can be challenging.
Well, they're also teenage girls, so they're just challenging in general.
Oh yeah, oh yeah. If you all follow, you all already seen some of the videos, and Julia has sat here in this very chair and says, "Dad, what you do is boring." And I'm like, well, I'm here trying to make it exciting for her. But, at the end of the day, my whole point in saying that is not everybody's going to care. Mm-hmm. Even when you're emphatic, blue in the face, excited, jumping for joy, got free pizza for them, it won't matter. And I think that's one of the biggest things I have learned for myself is I'm here putting so much energy, so much time, effort, blood, sweat, and tears into a demographic, a client, customer, avatar that doesn't care about my product or service.
Or you just haven't figured out how to speak to them to help them understand why they should care, right? And
this is why I love Crystal. Look how you see how she spin that around. We just, I mean, even when we started, right? I had the same website that that website. Good God.
Hey, my dad did a really good job, by the way, for when I started, right?
He did.
And he even said, he's a numbers guy too. Why am I asking a numbers guy engineer to build me a website? Hey, Dad, you did a really good job. Thank you. But no, it was because to me, when I first started my company, I don't know why, but in my head, I always thought if you don't have a website, you're not a real business. So that was the only thing for me. That was my marketing, right? It was, I had to.
And that's what we started with was the website.
Yeah.
Before the CMO, it was the website.
Yeah. And I think I knew the progression of our company and my team, we've just grown so much that my website didn't represent who we were anymore. And so again, coming into with that mindset of I gotta update. For years I've been saying, my assistant, she's like, Crystal, when are we gonna do this? And every time she would work on something, I'm like, nah, that's not it. No, that's not it. This is why I know I can be a difficult client, because you're like, Crystal, we just gotta start somewhere. Okay, I got it. Okay.
And what do I say about the website?
We can always do updates to it.
Because it's never done.
It's never done. That's right. You do say that. It's never done. Because our progression, hopefully we are growing too.
Yes. I think at the end of the day, and this is why I was like, I want to do a part 2, because sometimes I think when we talk about this either grind culture or a hustle mentality, I'm going to be doing this business, and it doesn't matter. I'm saying, even though I don't have a yacht or the mansion that I want to live in, I don't want a mansion, but I'm living the life that I want. But when it comes to sharing that message,
it's tough because what is it we're afraid of? We were talking about this yesterday. Rejection. We're all rejection is tough. To me, it's we have to stop caring about what other people think. I know it's hard. I say that. I still care. I'm a people pleaser. We all know I'm a people pleaser, but
Me too.
I have to make sure I'm taking care of me too, right? So this is why I love your tag Be You, and this idea of, I find when I show up as myself, as my authentic self, I connect better with my clients. I connect better with people in general. And that's because I'm showing up for me, not for them. So I think, who is the person that I want to be? Yes, I'm a people pleaser, but at the same time, like I'm a golden retriever. I'm about win-win situations for everyone, right?
I never heard that term before. Okay.
It's one of my favorite books by Blair Singer called Sales Dogs. And it references a sales mentality around the breeds of dogs. And so a golden retriever that's the person that wants a win-win situation for all parties. That doesn't mean all parties are going to get what they want. It just means we're going to figure out how to make this work, right? By the way, there's pros and cons to that.
Okay.
But going back to that, it's saying, okay, If I want my clients to show up and be vulnerable and share what they're really going through, then I need to do it too, right? So where am I not doing that in my own business? And then also, how do I go if I'm going to scale up with the right clients and the right team members? Then I have to lead by example. If I'm going to lead by example, that means I'm going to have to put myself in vulnerable situations. I just am smart about doing it with the right people.
Yeah, that's a lot to process. And I'll be honest, this whole podcast, this one and the one before too, it wasn't even my idea. It was her idea. On a personal level, she would always say, well, you said here.
Yeah, no.
I don't want to steal her thunder.
It would steal away, my friend. Remember this whole idea about videos. Woof. This is okay. I'm getting better. Anyway, one of the reason why I wanted to do this is not to do marketing for my own business. It was because I want people to understand how you have helped me, and that there's this idea that marketing is it's collateral, right? It's the templates, it's the website, it's the videos, the asset. Thank you, the assets. For me, the reason why I chose to work with you over others is because you and I have always had this ability to show up as who we are, but then also us both be vulnerable enough to say the hard stuff, or I knew I could trust you to not be here judging me for what I'm going through, not being here and right. It's hey, I want what's best for my people. And part of that is, and I've watched you with your girls on this too, where you let them struggle, you let them go through those, because you realize, both of us realize, we have to do the work. But I need to make sure that I'm doing it in the right room with the right people that have the right outcomes. And it's not about you and what's best for your pocketbook, right? Now, yes, I need to pay you for the services that you're doing, but at the same time, it's just surrounding yourself with the right people that are going to uplift you, and we have conversations that are, again, it's going back to, because we're business owners, our businesses are integrated with our life, just our personal life. It's just, I don't know how people separate them. We've created our business around our life, right? We do this because we're passionate about it. I wasn't passionate about being an accountant when I was in school. I was like, who wants to do this for a living? But what I found is I had a knack for numbers, but not only a knack for numbers, I had a knack for connecting with people. Again, going back to building relationships. So how can I have an impact? If I'm good at this, I need to get better at helping other people through marketing understand who I am and where I'm coming from, right? And so part of that is, you as a business owner, you feel like you have to be the best at everything because you're on the top.
Yeah, true. Yeah, and it's a lot of pressure, and you put a lot of pressure on yourself, but you also know you have a lot of eyes on yourself. And I think that's one of the biggest things that I've always appreciated about our relationship is the fact that you've always pushed me. You have always, like this right here, I asked that question for people to see that it's just not another podcast episode. Been podcasting for 9 years now, but I didn't start taking it serious. But when I did, now people are showing up. Now people want to talk marketing. I don't have my Let's Talk Marketing vest on, but marketing is not just about the 4 Ps. It's just not about a website. It's not just social media. It's not just paid ads. We're talking people's stories and livelihoods here.
We were talking about this. Yes, we talk a lot. I realize about a lot of stuff.
We do a lot. Yeah.
And we were talking about AI. And AI where, okay, yes, you can have AI create you scripts for marketing videos.
Yeah.
And yes, AI, I think, is going to bring up the level of the average person in, like, you just have access to things now that you didn't quickly, right?
Mm-hmm.
But to me, it just means that you have to be better at what you do.
Facts.
You know, I'll be frank. I cheated. I created a video for a video we were going to do. And when we went through it yesterday, you're like, I said, okay, what do you think? I was so excited about it. I was so excited. I was like, yes, this is good. And then even as I was reading it to you, I was like, oh, wait, that was not great.
I think I gave good for you. I gave the positive, the bad, and the positive.
You did. But you were real with me. You're like, look, here's what I heard. I heard, Crystal, that's not you. And even as I was reading it, I knew it wasn't me. So, but I took it and I said, okay, I see the framework that it is, but you're right, this isn't me. So how do I take this? Because it gives me something to kind of some guidance around what I can do. But now how do I make this me? Mm-hmm. But then also authentic, as in, okay, is this really what we're doing? No. Okay, I can see where this isn't right. Here's where I'm going to adjust it. Now, next time when you come back and we go through the video scripts, you're going to be like, okay, that's better.
Okay. So the last thing I would say when it comes to the videos, because I also like to show data, because we can't make decisions without data. When you see the data that you've been doing both on professional and personal, and I'm thinking of something specific, so I'll see if you can get it. What does the data...
I don't like tests.
I know. You see the data, that says one thing, but what does the data also... What data are you not getting when you do these?
Oh, maybe I think what I understand. One of the things when we were going through the numbers yesterday, the data, is the videos where I connected and that I had more views are the ones where I wasn't going off of script. I was just being me going through, right? I was just being me, speaking the truth. Like, hey, here's what you need to focus on as whatever, or whatever the video was. So what that shows me is like, okay, I just, again, need to show up as myself, because that's what people are connecting with. People are reading through. They can tell when this is ChatGPT or not.
Facts.
Right? They can tell if it's AI or not that's created it. So again, yes, it can speed up some of that for you, because then it gave me a mind, like, okay, here's a script. This isn't me, but there's parts of this where I see what it's doing. Okay, now this is how I can framework, but now I'm going to sit down and actually write it for me. And then I'm going to go through it and say, okay, now that I feel this is resonating with me, now I'm ready to do the video. And I'm not, it might be just a bullet point thing for me because I want to make sure I hit certain things. Mm-hmm. But now it's coming across as me because it is me. And that's what people are connecting with. They don't, anybody can go in and type in something to AI and it spit it out, right? But that's where, again, going back to that relationship building, this is how you can use marketing to help you show yourself authentically, but we have to go through that, right? So
and didn't you have an example of how your worlds collided and you weren't expecting it?
Can you just tell me, like, what this is what you're referring to?
For Crystal has a whole nother life outside this accounting world, which
yes,
still got to get some of those.
Gotcha.
Yes.
Okay, so we started posting the videos a couple months ago. I think it was June, July.
Yeah, I think it was.
Either way.
It was supposed to be in June, y'all, but it was. We started.
Difficult client. So, oh man, that first session, that was rough. Anyway, so when we started doing these videos and posting them, and for those of you who don't know, I do like to roller skate. And I was at the rink one evening, and a gentleman who I've known for a couple years now, that we say hi in passing, more acquaintances than anything. And he stopped and he said, "Hey, you help business owners." And it was just so weird. It was stopped me in my tracks. I didn't know what to say. It was like, yes, I do.
The only thing you could say.
Right? I go, yes, I do. And so it was interesting because now it's changed the dynamics of that relationship a little bit. Because now when I see this person, it's like we connect on a different level, right? Like, I got you, right? And the thing it was just entertaining for me to say, oh, but it was a vulnerable moment too, because I've always been very big about keeping personal and business separate. But now that but it's now starting to, but again, I say, okay, well, why am I doing that? Where am I not showing? Why do I not want people to know what I do?
Again, there's trauma. We talked about in the first episode. There's trauma there, but it doesn't seem like one has impeded on the other.
Yes. If anything, I've noticed how getting involved in the local skate community and being a part of a national skate event that we just finished our second year 4-day event. It was so fun to see how I can show up because of what I do for a living and the positive impact that has had just on that event and just on these folks that I connect with on a hobby level. Now there's this intersection of the two, and I don't have to be worried. I don't care anymore about whether or not I'm going to get judged for it or thought about differently, or who cares, right? If anything, what's happening is you start showing up. This is who I am. And if anything, it's had a better impact on some of those relationships where I've even kind of separated ways because I'm like, I don't know how to connect with. Okay, sometimes I don't know how to connect with a W2er. I know that sounds bad, and it's not that I don't. It's just I think differently.
Yeah.
As a business owner, we just in areas we just think different, and so, but it doesn't mean you still can't connect with people. But I lost that way of how to do that, and so it was.
Yeah. Well, I just wanted to share because I think for some of you that watched the first one, watched the second one, you're like, well, once I do it, the job, that's it. No, it impacts your personal life too, because I think some of the biggest, I will say for my victories and the wins, it's kind of like with that one moment you say you got that hug was more impactful than anything. Yeah. Sometimes when we show up for our people in a way that you have no idea that those people didn't even know what you were about, that overflows my cup.
Yeah, for those, if you want to know about the story, I went on site with a client we're doing some CFO services with, and I went on site with her for 3 days, and we worked through. I mean, we started early and we worked late because that's how I work. That's how I operate, and because I want to show up, right? So going through all of that and the things that we worked through, sometimes we go into the saying, okay, we're going to do X, Y, Z. And we did not do X, Y, Z. We did B and we did M and we did L and then we did X times 3. And we're like, holy crap, right? So, but the thing was yes, so again, I saw how I helped her, but what really made an impact for me is when that last day I was there and we were leaving and she hugged me, and sometimes you've connected with someone and you've had a positive impact on this person. And the thing is, it wasn't just what I did for her, it's what she did for me too. And part of that is, it's to me, that meant so much more to me than the rest of, yes, businesses can be chaotic and you're wearing a ton of different hats. But the thing is going back to what you're saying is building your brand. And you said to me, Crystal, that's your brand. That's who you are. And I go, you know what? That is who I am. And
I was just about to ask on the end. So y'all, this is, we're going to put her to the test. Let's see if she can do it. Because that was a perfect way. What is your brand?
We help brands make more money.
How, man, she crushed that. Didn't struggle at all. Yeah, I loved it. And what's the tagline?
Great question. I'm working on it, guys. Something about predictable profits. Helping with build predictable profits. Oh yeah, that is what we do. This goes back to like, I think again, this is where I go back to where it's great working with you, Nathan, because I'm good with numbers, not English. So you are helping me put a frame set around that. I was like, yeah, that is what we do. That is one of my goals.
You don't have to remember it.
Well, but again, I think sometimes it's just the simplicity of it.
Right.
And I'm a talker and overthinker. And
me too.
So with that, again, that goes back to where it's so helpful for me. And I'm grateful for you to give me this opportunity to love on you and serve with you because you've done so much for me. And sometimes how we help people, like you say, is it's not always in the numbers. It's how we just show up for people, and we just sometimes don't know the impact we have. I don't know what that hug really meant other than like, I know I did something good here. And knowing that that's how we've been able to connect and how you've been able to also help me in my business. So thank you.
Thank you. Give her a round of applause, y'all. Crystal. They're clapping for you. I promise you. So if you haven't already,
just kidding.
If you haven't already, make sure you go in the description, check her out, check out how she can help you make more money, create predictable profits. And it is one of those things too, look, like, just to keep it real, it's hard, it's humbling, but she is just as gracious. So if you haven't like really thought about going into your QuickBooks and loving what you see, or having someone work, like, go holler at her. And I'm grateful because she does mine, and I'm like, I know I don't have to worry about it, and it's gonna get done right. But then it's like, okay, I can focus on what I do best. And I think that's the part where, like, we should have the team that she was mentioning in the last episode. Be with the people that are gonna uplift you and keep you going, because we all need it. We all need it.
And that are also growing, right? You want to work with people that are not stagnant and they're not just doing the bare minimum. You want people who are also growing too. And that's why we've always connect, because like attract like. And
facts.
For me, I'm always attracted to people who are trying to, or who are working on improving themselves. And I mean, we talked about this. I love John Maxwell because this gentleman is in his late 70s, and you can tell this person's not doing it for the money. There's money there, you can see there, but he's doing it because he's there to love and serve on others. And surround yourself with that, and understand that we don't have to do this all by ourselves. We just want to make sure we're doing it with the right people.
The only way to end on that is make sure you then sign up for the Let's Connect conference to find the right people, like with her. Crystal will be there.
I will be there. I will be there.
She's bought tickets every year, but it has never shown up. So, make sure you check out the description will be at the bottom. But I want to end with what she said. So thanks for joining.
Thank you for having me. I appreciate it.
Absolutely. Until next time, y'all, wish you nothing but the best. Dream big. Godspeed.